Saturdays had become our DIY days, a tradition my girlfriend Emily and I started a few months back when we moved into our new place. Today, we were tackling the kitchen shelves. Emily had a knack for interior design, and I enjoyed being her willing assistant, even if my skills were more enthusiasm than expertise. We had been working for a few hours, measuring, drilling, and laughing at our occasional missteps. Emily was on the floor, rummaging through the toolbox for a specific screwdriver, her jeans riding low as she bent over. I was up on the stepladder, reaching for a bracket, when I glanced down and saw it, the top of her butt crack peeking out. It was the first time I'd ever seen that part of her, and my reaction was immediate and surprising. My heart skipped a beat, and I felt a strange mix of affection and attraction. It was such an innocent, accidental reveal, yet it felt oddly intimate, a glimpse into a side of Emily I hadn't seen before. Trying to focus on the task at hand, I fumbled with the bracket. My mind kept wandering back to that brief sight, and I had to suppress a smile. It was silly, really, how something so small could have such an impact on me. But then again, that was Emily, always full of delightful surprises. "Found it!" Emily declared, holding up the screwdriver triumphantly. She stood up and handed it to me, her eyes sparkling with satisfaction. "Thanks," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. I took the screwdriver and our fingers brushed, sending a familiar spark through me. As we continued working, I couldn't help but steal glances at her. She was so focused, so dedicated to getting everything just right. There was a light dusting of sawdust in her hair and a smudge of dirt on her cheek, but she looked more beautiful than ever. At one point, she bent over again to pick up a fallen screw, and there it was, that same innocent glimpse. This time, I allowed myself to enjoy the moment, appreciating the trust and comfort we shared. It was a small, silly thing, but it made me feel closer to her, more connected. Eventually, we finished installing the shelves. They looked great, perfectly level and sturdy. We stepped back to admire our handiwork, and Emily turned to me, her eyes shining with pride. "We make a pretty good team, don't we?" "The best," I agreed, pulling her into a hug. I felt a deep sense of contentment, a warmth that went beyond the physical. We stood there for a moment, just holding each other, the room filled with the scent of fresh wood and the sound of our synchronized breathing. As we cleaned up, Emily caught me looking at her and raised an eyebrow. "What's that look for?" I shrugged, trying to play it cool. "Just thinking about how lucky I am." She smiled, a soft, knowing smile that made my heart flutter. "Me too," she said, leaning in for a kiss. And as our lips met, I realized that it was moments like these, the unexpected, unplanned, wonderfully imperfect moments, that made our life together so special.